Andy Rouse having won the first 2 rounds in Class A, and Frank Sittner there going well in the opening 2 rounds in the new and very competitive 2-litre class. Unluckiest man so far is Rob Gravitt. Last corner of the last round at Donington, and the Trackstar team, down on finance, are down on their luck as well. Rob Gravitt is an agonised spectator as his co-driver Stig Blomqvist throws away certain victory with just 100 yards to go. The win goes once again to Andy Rouse, and the success that might have attracted that desperately needed sponsor goes begging. For round 3 at Thruxton, the car would remain virgin white. Mike Smith stood down for reasons of finance, and Rob Gravitt's thoughts were on saving money even while claiming pole position.
Well, even in qualifying just now, we are running the car for the least amount of laps that we have to. You probably noticed I sat in the pits. I went out early, did 4 laps, put the car on pole, and then sat and just looked at the computer, just to see what the times were like. If I had to go out, I would have gone out, but every lap costs money, so I'm trying to keep the life of the car down as much as I can. I mean, it's not the best way to go racing, but at this stage, it's the only thing we can do, because it means that if I can extend the race time with the car, then that's what it's all about. I would even prefer to start lower down the field, and leave the car good for the race. But it's obviously better to start from pole, of course.
Another feature of the Donington round, a superb battle in the new 2-litre class, Vauxhall against BMW. John Cleland showing Frank Sittner that the Cavalier is right on the very hectic pace.
There was a 4-car dice for 13 laps. It was clean. It wasn't like last year at all. There was no touching and pushing, and I have to say that there were a couple of occasions where Frank could very easily have given me a nudge. I was having to go through the slow corners much slower than he wanted to. Although I was going through the fast corners much quicker than he could. So we had words afterwards, and I said it was great, that he didn't touch me, because we bought a lot of body panels this year just in case it was going to be a bit like last year.
But upsetting the 2-litre balance of power is the arrival of Jeff Allam, the former touring car stalwart, who's planted his newly delivered, privately entered BMW ahead of the works cars on a very interesting grid. Rob Gravitt on pole, alongside Andy Rouse, Gravitt's Yokohama tyres probably providing the advantage. Second row Tim Harvey carrying 2 of our onboard cameras, and the hard-charging Mike Newman. Lawrence Bristow, Sean Walker on row 3, Graham Hathaway on row 4 in the ex-Mike Smith car. Cleland, looking for his first win, headed the 2-litre class runners, with Jeff Allam proudly ahead of the rest of the BMWs, including Frank Sittner and junior team member Kurt Luby. A very big bank holiday crowd at the Thruxton circuit, round 3 of the Esso British Touring Car Championship. Commentator Murray Walker.
There's a lot of worried men on the starting grid because the combination of fierce horsepower, Thruxton's abrasive surface and a really hot day is going to cause massive tyre wear. But it's a terrific start for Rob Gravitt's Ford Sierra with Tim Harvey right behind him, and Jeff Allam stalled his BMW. What a start! Looking back from Rob Gravitt's lead car, Tim Harvey and Andy Rouse chasing us. Campbell corner, it's Gravitt, Harvey, Rouse, Newman, Hathaway, Bristow and Walker. Out of the complex, Gravitt, Harvey, Rouse, Mike Newman almost off. He tucks in again, it's Hathaway, Newman, Bristow. In car with Jerry Marney, Cleland on the left. Graham Good in the Black Sierra, blast past Kurt Luby and Frank Sittner, and there goes Cleland. It's fast and furious behind the leaders, and they're coming round to Goodwood Corner. It's Gravitt, Harvey, Rouse on 3 different tyres. Yokohama, Dunlop, Pirelli. This is going to be interesting. In car with the championship leader, Andy Rouse, out of Village at 125 miles an hour, down to Brooklands, building up to 155 miles an hour. Out of Brooklands, down to Club Chicane, second gear, 70 miles an hour. Gravitt in the white Sierra, then Harvey in the blue one. We're with Tim Harvey, the man who's rapidly becoming one of Britain's top drivers. He beat Andy Rouse at Macau last year. And here are the BMWs in the 2-litre class with Cleland, Sittner, Luby, Cleland, Marney. We're with Marney, Luby ahead. So John Cleland has moved up to second in the 2-litre class behind Frank Sittner. In into another lap. Round Allard, 4th gear, 100 miles an hour. Up to the sweeping left-hander, 5th gear, 125 miles an hour. There go the Sierras, here come the BMWs and Cleland's Vauxhall. Sittner and Cleland in car again. It's the BMW Junior team driver Kurt Luby ahead, and Cleland is chasing Sittner in front of him. Out of the complex, there go the top 10. And multiple British Rally champion, Scotsman Jimmy McRae is out of the race. And the 1989 British Touring Car champion, John Cleland in the Vauxhall, is attacking the 1988 champion Frank Sittner's BMW. And Cleland is all over the BMW's boot lid as they come out of Brooklands, down to the chicane, the fastest part of the course. Cleland is trying, he's dodging to the left, he's going to try and get past Sittner before they reach Club Chicane. He's not going to do it. Sittner's got the inside line, and Cleland's in trouble. He tucks in between the two BMWs, right up on the curb. That was a very close thing for John Cleland. He completes the lap. They go into Allard, 4th gear, 100 miles an hour. Up to Campbell, and when they get to Campbell, it's slotting back into 2nd gear. This is only Cleland's 3rd race in the front-wheel drive Vauxhall Cavalier, but he is really flying. Well over 300 horsepower from its 2-litre engine. The Vauxhall Dealer Sport team have got it right. And behind Kurt Luby, it's Jerry Marney, Nick Baird, Ian Forrest, and Jeff Allen, up from his appalling start. Goodwood corner, and Cleland is attacking. He's attacking Frank Sittner. He's going to go through on the inside. Is he? Can Sittner hold him off? No is the answer. And John Cleland leads the 2-litre class in the Vauxhall Cavalier. At the chicane, it's Gravett, Harvey and Rouse in car with Harvey, chasing Gravett but not gaining. 2 seconds behind the leader. 29-year-old Tim Harvey from Burford looks relaxed, but Rob Gravett has clearly got a grip on the race. At the chicane, it's the BMW Brigade, and Jeff Allen is recovering superbly. He's right up behind Jerry Marney. Team owner Vic Lee watching his man. There go Baird, Marney, Jeff Allen up to 12th place in the white and turquoise car. At the chicane, Gravett is increasing his lead. And that's good news for the team's other driver, Mike Smith there, who's had to stand down for lack of funds. Operating the stopwatch this time, watches his man go through to complete the lap. Into the chicane, it's Bristow 5th, Newman 6th, Good 7th, and Walker 8th. And through they all go to complete another lap, into a new one, and in car with Jerry Marney. The BMWs are still fighting it out. Ian Forrest passes him, and Jeff Allen going through on the inside. The chicane, Baird, Forrest, Allen, Marney, Hall. That is 11th to 15th places. And they're so close, any of those places could change at any time. Just look at it. And at the complex, 1989 British champion John Cleland is leading the 2-litre race, easing his Cavalier away from Frank Sittner and Kurt Luby. And then, there they are, Baird, Forrest and Allen, virtually together. At the chicane, still up front, Gravett, Harvey, Andy Rouse dropping back, 1st, 2nd and 3rd. Goodwood, the 2 litres, Nick Baird, Forrest and Allen. And Allen is challenging, going through on the inside, taking Ian Forrest, closing up on Nick Baird. Now, Jeff is in the ex-Italian Bugatti team BMW, and it's the only car in his class on Yokohama tyres, just like Rob Gravett. In car with Jerry Marney, ahead, Forrest, Allen and Baird. Down to the chicane, he's closing on Forrest. The BMW getting closer, and Forrest goes up on the curb. Marney goes through, he's touching Forrest, and Forrest spins. Forrest spins out. That's the 10-time Scottish champion, Ian Forrest. Well, it looks as though his race at Thruxton is effectively finished. He's going to rejoin the race, but well down. He gets away, back into the race, gets up to racing speed, and meantime, in car with Jerry Marney, and Godfrey Hall has got ahead of Jerry Marney. Jerry's got a problem. He's fishing for gears. Oh, a gesture of despair. There's nothing to come from the transmission department. Jerry Marnie has obviously lost his gears. And at Goodwood, Rob Gravitt in the pure white, unsponsored Sierra is out on his own. A new fastest lap, 1 minute 21.5, 104 miles an hour, and Jerry Marnie comes into the pits in the Aquati BMW. Don't bother, he says to his mechanics through the windscreen, I am out.